still stunned, rather go and get better. I ain't going outside. Why is it that for you don't understand? How many times do I have to express that ain't part of the plan? We living life for as long as we can. Smelling like the plane just land, smoking that boat just reach. Dogtown beach. That mean another mission complete. Big force, man, essence. I know frankincense and murder. It's a murder. I just put the homie somewhere in the dirt. Then I turn around and put my whole soul in a verse. Try to throw me in the fire, I emerge on a mission and it gotta work out like fitness. Man, I even eat from morning, no food in the kitchen. And still I take on life, no bitching. Run a couple laps, no stitching. Let them let's check the distance. Goals them a score and I don't see competition. This is pure greatness. Yeah, I feel bear with.
How was you like that then? How would you like
that? Damn. Damn, boy.
I made that right first with the original picture that you sent with like the white background. Then you sent the one with the stadium at back. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to like change it now.
Damn, boy.
I liked that. I thought it was good. Yeah. Right, guys. Welcome back to another show of the AKM live show. It's episode 12 now. Joined by Martin and Shauno as usual. Little bit of housekeeping. Shauno, do you want to take it away with the plugs you've got?
So yeah, obviously one of them would be JackDesigns UK. Fantastic designs, just blown it out of the park. Of course, my own Red Bubble, or SD Designs 2020 on Red Bubble. You can also get me on SD Designs Ireland on Instagram, and you can check the link tree with all my links and all of that. Also, you have, oh my God, what is the other? Oh my God, I can't even think. Number 19 apparel, and we have Fibbers Sports Memorial memorabilia along with Cop Art. They're fantastic business there in Belfast. So Wayne Henley, who I've yet to get, that's Wayne Henley, yeah. I've yet to get the Klopp canvas there, so I'm to get that soon. So look forward to that.
Yeah. As well, just before you go on to the first bit of the video, Shauno, just want to do a little bit of a members thing because of the channel. So those of you that watched the intro then with the little caricatures of us three, I've now made some emojis. So you guys that are members of the channel can now obviously put them in the chat or in the comments on the videos, I think. And then also, we are working on something else behind the scenes for the members of this channel as well. So I appreciate those of you that have been with me for a long time now. Not really got much members exclusive stuff, but it's on the way. And we are working on that right now. So yeah, cool. Martin, have you got anything you want to say at the beginning?
It's not actually a plug. It's more of if there's anyone, Toby's going down to Essex there. He's competing on a boxing night. He's had his fight granted in Essex, I think it is. He's looking for a sponsor.
Cool.
If anyone wants to sponsor him, he's after £250. He can have his logo on his shorts, and he'll get 2 tickets free.
Sick.
Nice one.
Right.
What is it? A fight? A boxing fight?
Yeah, he's on a boxing card of a big main event, but he's obviously on the undercard and stuff. It's his first one. He's going in at light heavyweight against a guy who's had, I think it's 6 fights and won 6. So he's going to get chinned on the. He's going to get chinned and go down in the first.
Like Jake Paul or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he's got his promoters took him out for his meals and stuff, and everything's all been signed on the dotted line. The guy who he's fighting, he's trying to give him a bit of jip, but Toby's not biting to it. He's sending him a video of him like pretending he can't box, and so he thinks I'm going to wipe the floor with it all. But I tell you, Toby's fast.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. I've met Toby Adam, and he's about 6'7". I mean, the guy literally would just like, he's like, all right, Toby, how's it going? You know, I was giving him shit because he once when he was a kid, when myself and Martin had our YouTube channel, Toby just decided just to delete all the bloody videos, and
He did it because he thought he was just deleting it like he was going on to the next one.
delete. So we managed to get them back up, but I met Toby for the first time the first time ever there last year, and I was still giving him shit, but it's very hard to give him shit when he's about 7 foot tall or whatever. So whoever's up against him in the boxing fight, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
You're gonna get the piss knocked out of you. Can I bring this to a more serious point for a second? Because it's something that's been kind of on social media quite a lot, and I touch base with you on this, Adam.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna sort some out. Go on, you can say it, man. I'm just gonna sort some out. Hold on.
So as you may know, last year there was a horrible incident in Parnell Street in Dublin, and there was a horrible incident there that happened in Southport, which is where my sister lives with her daughter and fiance. And the way I look at it is anyone that goes out to do damage to property, attacking random people, or to incite hatred is not doing it in the name of protecting people, protecting their community, or protecting their country. So my opinion on that is they are part of the problem, and just adding to the unrest in the community. The community in Southport and the same in Dublin have had enough of that crap. We don't need any hatred or anything like that. Cop yourselves on. That's all I want to say.
Totally agree with you.
I agree as well. With that, mate. Well done. So, guys, it was quiet last week on the Liverpool news front, and I still kind of think it's a little bit quiet, but we've got a few little bits we could talk about regarding transfers and stuff like that, because there's been a lot of things in the wind that's going on. I think we'll just start there with transfers, since we've had a comment there from Imran, sorry.
Yes, Imran.
Basically saying to keep an eye out on the Sporting player. Is it Jairekes? Is that how you pronounce his name? And Gordon. Gahey was on the list as well, but now linked to Newcastle. I believe Gahey to Newcastle and Gordon to Liverpool. Yep. So as we just went live there, sorry as well, Brian just mentioned that he couldn't agree more with what you said, Shano. As we went live there, something just popped up on X, which was from, let me just find it again. This might take a while to find, no doubt. There's just been a few things that might have popped up since then. I'm sure it was something along the lines of that Newcastle basically. Oh, there we go. Negotiations are underway for Mark Gahey to join Newcastle. He's top of the list as a new centre-back, and talks are advancing on the club and the players' side. Crystal Palace wants 65 million for Gahey. And just another thing that I've just seen as I was scrolling down there is that Lenny Yoro has had to have surgery on his foot injury. So yeah.
Couldn't be getting any better.
Oops.
Yeah. So on that Gahey, I think I put a poll up on the channel actually. Let me see if I can find it again. Where I basically said, would you swap Joe Gomez for Mark Gahey? And 57% of the people that voted out of 212 said yes.
Yeah.
What would you guys swap? Would have swapped Gomez for Gahey? No? Yes?
I'd swap him for a bag of Walker's Crisp, mate.
I don't know. I mean, Gomez Gomez surprised me last year. He played very well at left back when we had injuries with Robertson and Tsimikas. He's not great maybe in central defense. He can play at right back as well. So in terms of and did you say, Adam, he's also played as central or defensive midfielder?
Yeah,
so,
he played there a couple of times for Liverpool last year as well. Yeah.
So in terms of versatility, and I mean the fact that he's the longest serving Liverpool player at the moment in the squad, I wouldn't get rid of him. But it seems that if we don't get rid of him, we don't sign a centre back. That's what I said in one of the videos there. I reckon if Gomez does not go, that's not going to free up money, and we're not going to go for a centre back or a left back. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a little, do you know, because I've been doing a little bit of digging this week, and you know, I thought about time I bought a bit of 2 pence worth in. Now, just hear me out in case I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but you've got to give me an A-star for effort, right? What about Gomez, where he's centre back? We need a bit of competition in there, don't we? So why don't we look at that? Is it Montasar Talbi?
Al Talbot, where's he play?
He is a centre back, and I think he plays in France.
Oh, the guy who plays for Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, he's in
but
negotiation.
he's in contract, so like they don't want to let him go. But I think he's not scared from what I've looked at. With all this Gomez situation, you know my views on Gomez, so I've just been looking like who would I like, because I think he'd fit into, which I'll get to in a bit, Slot's way of playing. Because I don't, with all due respect, Adam, you're a little bit too young for this part, but Sean would remember this the way on a tactical thing. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I've just
that's-
loaded up that kid's profile now. So he's 24 years of age. He's a centre back, like you said. His contract doesn't expire till 2027. He's linked mainly with now is Juve.
Yeah.
He's got a 76% chance of joining them.
Well, I had a look on his things, and he ripped PSG apart.
Yeah. To be fair, I think Man United wanted him at one point, but because
Yeah.
what is it? Is it Jim Ratcliffe? He owns Nice and also owns obviously now part of Man United, and UEFA or something didn't let that, wasn't going to let that happen or something along them lines. I think he's a good player. To be fair, let's have a look at his stats again. Like he's how many things he played and everything. So
actually surprised me there. So you have.
See, it's a bit difficult for me to do all this kind of stuff because I don't have a laptop or anything. I've just got a crappy old phone. But I try to look outside the box of like from years to go. Oh, and you know, no, this is something else, so I won't even talk about it.
So he last year, including like cups and that, he made 33 appearances and had 3 assists. He got 1 red card and 3 yellow cards all season. He seems pretty good, to be fair. But I think as well, to be fair, like just something me and Sean mentioned earlier before we went live. It looks like with all the journals talking about Liverpool going after this player, that player, whatever. Because with this week being the week we're all supposed to see some news, but the only news we're seeing is Liverpool's targets are going somewhere else.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I mean, the other thing, I'm just trying to. There was a thing there where they were looking at the squad depth, and I mean it's rather worrying. I mean, we should really be looking at bringing in players. I definitely think, though, that if we don't get if Gomez doesn't leave, I think we're not going to sign a centre back. I don't understand, and I know we're probably skipping a little bit, but I don't understand the other links, the other players that we're linked with. Andy Gordon.
If you think about Slot though, he's fitted straight into FSG because look what he's did over there, and he doesn't like to spend money.
He had the lowest net spend for something like that when he won the league over there against the competition, the teams around him anyway, like the Ajax and so on and so forth. Before we go any further, guys, I've just seen this tweet that's just come out now from Fabrizio Romano 4 minutes ago, and he's running this as an exclusive. Leicester City have now entered the race to sign Fabio Carvalho from Liverpool after they rejected Southampton last week.
I'd keep him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's not get our shit. You know, let's not do a Man United here and lose our shit. You know, he's done well in the pre-seasons, but these are pre-seasons. So, you know, I mean, I always liked him as a player. I always thought he had potential, but you know, we see what potential does. Potential sometimes can lead to nothing. And you know, he's done all right in the Championship, but
how about freaking Pep Landers trying to take Bradley?
I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
Oh, the
6 million down for him.
Yeah. Right there, Craig. That's Craig from Canada, by the way. So yeah, I think was it Conor Bradley or was it Bobby Clark that wanted?
It's one of them anyway.
It was one of them, yeah. I think
No,
so.
I think
Yeah,
it was, I
think
think it was
like
Bobby
12
Clark.
million, something like that.
Yeah.
Doak. Sorry, Doak. Ben Doak.
Not a bad shout, Phil. Ben Doak. Sorry, what was that?
Ben Doak. They're trying to get Ben Doak.
Oh, as well. Oh, bloody hell.
They're talking about. Sorry, I'm getting completely confused because
Bobby
I'm just
Clark.
saying the Bobby Clark, but there is rumors that Liverpool are considering on letting Ben Doak out for loan.
Yeah. I think he needs it, to be fair. I think there's a few players that need it. Like, I'd loan out by Tesic again. He's been off injured for a full season. He needs some game time. I probably would loan out Bobby Clark again if he's not going to get game time. I think he broke through last year and helped out a lot. I think Ben Doak as well, coming off a serious injury. I think he needs some game time, so I probably would loan him out as well. So maybe going somewhere like maybe I think though, going to Pep Linders in Austria? I think the class of team you'd be playing against isn't something that would help you play against Premier League clubs. I think you'd have to go to like the Championship or something for me. I don't know. What about you?
Well, this is where is it? So I've been looking at another one as well, right? Jacob Ramsey.
Oh, Aston Villa.
From Villa. You know, he's got no weaknesses. He's got stamina, pace. You know, and he can hold the ball. But you know what gets me with him is when he scores his goal, he does the Torres celebration, the Gerrard celebration on his knees into the corner. You know.
So that's why we should.
If you look at his play, you can see a bit of like Rodri and Declan Rice together in him.
Yeah.
You know, he's really good. To me, he's more like a box-to-box midfielder. He's not afraid to put his boot in, and he can hold that ball well. And that's we need something in that. He's like a Hendo, but passes the ball forward more than 5 yards.
Yeah, I've just I've loaded him up now just so we can have a look at his stats. To be fair,
I told you I'm on form this week.
Yeah, you're pretty good, man. It's 23 years of age. Last year, just loading it up now. 21 appearances all year, 1 goal, 2 assists. But he had a pretty bad injury there. So he had a toe injury, a foot injury. So he missed 9 games in Europe over an injury, and he missed 17 league games of an injury as well. The same injury, to be fair. But to be fair, I think that's not a bad shout. Me, Jacob Ramsey, that's a player that.
And he's English.
And you guess what as well? I've just loaded up his agency. Same agent as Anthony Gordon.
Yep.
Mark Gahey, same agent. Did you say that as well?
What about Hugo Larsson?
Hugo Larsson.
Yeah.
I've not seen that one. Let's have a look.
He's obviously he's a midfielder. He's 20 years of age, right? He plays for Frankfurt, but they won't let him go. But Man City have been sniffing him.
Oh yeah, found him now. Yeah, 20 Swedish player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a look at his stats as well. Then.
See, I'm just thinking out the box on here, but these to me, and this is what I'm saying. You know, when I said before, you know, over the last couple of games I've looked at on the way Slot's playing a 4-3-2-1 or whichever it is. It's high intensity attacking football. And Shauno, you'll remember, it's kind of the same as the way Bob Paisley used to play.
Mm.
You know, it's 2-touch football, pass and move, and it's in a triangle.
I wanted to talk about
Is he going?
Friendlies, but I won't talk about that yet because we're talking certainly. Did I lose you?
Yeah, that went a bit funny then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look. Who we've got with us a minute. Sorry, guys, because I think we got a super chat here from Jen. Cheers, Jen.
Hey, hi, Jen.
Happy birthday to Jen. It was Jen's birthday there
Jen,
the day. All right, David.
Compton.
Hey, Adam, did we get a share?
Straight out of Crompton.
All right, Adam, David, sorry, just read me on name out. Guy Richards side note, Neone is the same age as Jamal, who was the European Cup winner. Jamal, what's his last name? Musiala. Yeah. He's a good player, that lad, to be fair. Can't believe Man City lost him as well. And Guy Richards also said that Carvalho was never good enough.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, can we say that he's really been given the opportunity, Gary?
I think he had a fair bit of the crack when he first came in that first season, but I've always been under the influence that Carvalho was not a Klopp signing. I think he was a Pep Linders signing for me. I do think, though, as Martin was saying then, that he would fit well in this new slot system, with everything like that. So I do think that he'll fit well in here. With that, Martin's just gone and left us.
I think he got stuck in the loo again.
Oh, he's back again. Hold on. Here we go. But yeah, I do think that that Jacob Ramsey would be. I think he'd be an upgrade on like Carvalho and everything like that, and maybe coming as like a backup to where Szoboszlai plays. But then you've got Elliot who also plays there as well.
Elliot's the way he's playing in this situation of this two-touch football. I think Elliot is showing a little bit what he can do, like he did do at Fulham.
Yeah. I think because we're going into like the preseason stuff before we go on a bit more through transfer stuff. Have either of you watched the preseason games and seen Elliot play and stuff like that? Like I've not watched any just yet, so I've got no opinion.
I've watched the Arsenal game and the Man United game, and I have to say, just from the whole setup, I think Elliot is going to play a more crucial role in the squad. There's been some classic link-up play. I've been really, really impressed with the style of football. Even, from the corners. I was sending you videos on that the other day, Adam, and Martin, where like zonal marking or man-to-man marking doesn't work with the way we're taking our corners anymore. So it's literally throwing the opposition into pandemonium. And it either goes horribly wrong for us or goes right for us, but it's just throwing them off completely. And where I think at the end, and I love Klopp to bits, but where kind of Klopp was kind of running out of plans or maybe a plan B, it looks like Slot has more to add from what I can see in the pre-seasons friendlies. I've just kind of noticed that he has a little bit more tactics, I think. And I don't want to get carried away with preseason friendlies. This year really has only been the first year where I've really kind of watched preseason friendlies. I don't tend to...
that's because we've got a new one at the helm.
A new manager.
Did you see, was it Szoboszlai? He was interviewed the other day and the guy said to him, I think it was someone from LSC TV, Mark or whatever it is, I don't know. How do you find Arne Slot's training and stuff? And he said that he's a good man, it's a good team, tough training.
Which is, I think, what we needed that. But I've seen like from the highlight stuff, like there's like you said, Martin, there's like a style of play where like the triangles and everything like that, and it looks to me, just based off highlights, it looks very reminiscent of, I think you mentioned it, Martin, as well in a message that Barcelona, Pep Guardiola, it's very reminiscent of that. Keeping hold of the ball and everything like that. But there's actually some what is it here? There's some quotes. I don't know if you can hear that on your end, but there's something going on outside here. Loads of like bangs and everything.
You live in Leeds, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. There was something about the US tour here, which I went through earlier with Sean a little bit. Basically, the players have said that it's a lot different. It's more about being in possession. That's Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
It's an elegant Dutch style. The players are really excited about certain patterns we're playing, and there's a buzz around the team. And then Curtis Jones, who I think his quotes are taken a little bit out of context, is also quoted here saying, no longer being in a rush to attack forward, and it's more him. And then there's another little snippet here where it says that Klopp would take a step back and let Pep Linders lead the sessions, whereas now Arne Slot is much more hands-on. In one training session, he's been shouting, "Kill them with passes, move the ball." And then there's an example here where he whistled to stop a session. He asked Simicast to give him the ball so he could demonstrate the art of gesturing to run in behind, only then to dart back and receive the ball into his feet. And he told Simicast to open his body and look for the inside run. I know that was probably a lot to take in, but that sounds exciting to me as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I seen as well, there was a video of a training session where not Klopp, so he got Klopp on my mind. Slot is in front of, I think it was Simicast, and he stood in front of him, and he's like, you've got to go on towards like one side. He said, because now you're only giving him one option to go to the left or to go right. Where if you're standing in front, he's got both options, so you can't do it. You need to close that, and you need to make him play that ball where you want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, and I thought
so
that was very, very interesting.
Yeah, I did as well, to be fair. Craig, no, sorry, mate. That I've heard nothing about this from Darwin. Have you? Ever since that happened with his ban and everything.
I think he's only going to be banned with country. I haven't heard anything about club. So yeah. I now again, you know, unless they're still unless they're going to drag it out like Man City with the 114 financial fair play breaches. I don't know. I like Philip's comment there. Arne Slot 1, Eric Ten Hag 0.
Yeah,
but there was a comment there.
You've been bitching about freaking Ten Hag the last couple.
I can't stand Ten Hag. I cannot stand Ten Hag, and I'll tell you why. There was a great quote there, and this is probably straight into the Monday Moans. Slot has come in and has already identified.
Hold on, Sean. Now hold on, just in case there's some people here that have never seen it before.
Gotta catch another flight. The apple bottom make them wanna bite. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night.
Go on then.
So yeah, like someone made a very good point that the Slot has come in and very quickly identified the style of football that he wants. Right, Slot has been at United, and there's no real idea of what kind of football he wants to play or how he wants to play it. It's a fucking mess. And he has about 15,000 interviews. He does his, well, I've won 2 trophies in 2 years. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Roy Keane, your former captain, would be cringing at how people, or Man U fans especially, are expecting this or accepting this mediocrity. United used to be title contenders, and if they didn't win the title, that was a fail. They didn't even hit top 4, and there's still shite talk out of them. And the thing is, and this is what I said ages ago when they got Lenny Yo-Yo or whatever the hell his name is. I said, be humble. Be humble. Stop with your promotion videos. Stop bigging up this guy. He's potential. The guy's potential, and he's himself and his agent have been demanding like as if he is up there with Van Dijk. And now look at him. He's injured for 3 fucking months, possibly more. Yep. So that's eating humble pie, and that's what you get for talking shit. That's what you get for talking shit.
I think. Now, this may just be me. Everyone's got their own opinion, right? So we had Klopp over the era, and at first when he came in and said, it's going to be a heavy metal football, people learned how Liverpool was going to play, right? With what's coming through now, give it's only a training session games, pre-season. Now, managers are not going to know the situation of Slot. They're not going to know his tactics. If they're going to go on what's going on at pre-season, to me, they're going to be a little bit, hang on, we knew how Klopp set up. We don't know how this one's going to go. And I think Klopp got found out of his tactics very cleanly, very fast.
Yeah.
But I've never ever watched Arnie. I've never knew anything about his things until looking into it since he become. But I think people are going to be scared. Teams are going to be scared. They're going to sit back and give Liverpool that ball to see what they do, and then they're going to think, well, they're going to do this, and then like them corners, putting 3 in the box and 3 running out of the box. They're not going to know where it's going to go because he's changing it up all the time.
Yeah.
So I think teams are going to struggle against us this year. I'm not saying we're going to win anything. I'm just saying I think they're going to struggle to think of what we're going to do.
We'll probably get fucking hammered now, fucking by Ipswich.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you never know. Like, we might get absolutely pounded by Ipswich at some point. But no.
All right, Jamie.
As much as it comes across a bit like of a soft touch maybe in the press conferences, by the sounds of it on the pitch with the players, he actually is quite like, a bit full on, a bit, in your face and everything. That's I think that's pretty cool. And the fact that he's calling out the players as well. I think that's
a long time.
No, yeah. All right, there, Jamie, mate. How are you doing, mate? And G as well. Guys, go follow GTV Football and also Jamie Phillips Football Chats. I saw something what G did earlier about Kanate. On his, I think it's like a short he did earlier, mate. I saw it on Twitter earlier on, mate, and it's pretty good. So, guys, go give them a massive follow and everything like that. And we still are working on getting people on, guys. G, you're welcome on whenever, mate, and so is Jamie as well. I think I've done a stream I did a stream with both them two on Jamie's channel a few months ago now.
I've been on G channel as well, I think.
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
Not on Jamie's, but I've been on G's, I think.
Yeah. So what was we saying? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. We done the preseason. Any more thoughts on the preseason?
Well, it's just like I love to see the style of football that we've been playing. Carvalho obviously played very well. Salah extremely well. Elliott, I mean, he had 2 assists there against Arsenal, and it was. I mean, he just seems to be now the player to watch out for, I think. So yeah, I definitely.
Who would you start this year?
What?
Who would you start in goal? I'd start Kelly, mate, if he stays.
Nah, you've got to watch. You've
got to play out. Different. It's only a friendly Adam.
Nah.
The mistakes he's made, we all learn. But look what he did. He kept us in that title race.
Nah, I'm still playing Alisson to start with. What's that? Spectre with it. Spectre with his what is it? Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
We've got Seville, still to play in everyone. I don't think Carvalho plays in everyone's fit, Gary, at all. I don't think he does. No. So we've done the Carvalho news to potentially go into Leicester. David Ornstein's just tweeted as well about that whole Guy stuff. Let's have a look what he's just put out. If I can find it again. So he's saying that an opening offer has gone in from Newcastle to Palace. Proposal made in the recent days. Last week, an attempt to sign the 24-year-old. Situation ongoing. I tell you, like I said earlier, if Liverpool miss out on Mark Guéhi to Newcastle United, I think that's a bit of a shame, especially when we're supposedly looking out for a centre-back. He'd help with the homegrown quota. Like, players are going to be moving on potentially. Van Dijk's still not even signed a deal yet, so I don't know. Man. You need to get some. I think this year, if we don't sign a centre back that's may not start every game, but is going to come in as an understudy to Van Dijk, I think we failed.
We need someone in that left back position as well.
Yeah,
Robbo's not going to be here forever.
Shimikas is 29 as well, isn't he? I didn't even realise how old Shimikas was until the other day. He's like 29, 28. Is Shimikas as well?
I think we really need to look at the players at signings now. I mean, there's no point in going on about players that we're selling and all of that. I mean, we're the only team that hasn't signed anyone. And we've already got rid of Matip. We've got rid of Thiago. We need a centre back. I firmly believe we need a centre back and a left back. If we're getting rid of Nat Phillips, absolutely. I don't think we'll get a centre back if we don't get rid of Gomez. That's what I reckon is going to happen. I don't understand Anthony Gordon. Don't understand where that's coming from. A number 6, I think, is important. But as you were saying, Adam, before the show starts or started, you reckon that we're probably not get a number 6. You reckon that Slot seems pretty happy with Gravenberch?
Yeah. So I'll touch on that Gravenberch thing first, since you just brought it up. But there's some quotes here. Basically, this is an article that's come out today from Lewis Steele at midday today, and it's basically Arne Slot doubling down on it's not easy to find a player good enough to play for Liverpool. Basically, this is what he's saying. I'll find his quote. So his quotes are: he said, "I noticed that you are focused on a lot of new signings. I am focused on the tour and how we play, what we need to improve, and what we did well. Like I said, the bar is really high for new signings because we have so many good players here. It is not easy to find first to find a player to meet those standards and then ask, is he available? Then we have to find an agreement with them. So it's not always easy to find a player who can help us, but Richard is working hard on it. Let's see what happens with this." Is there any more quotes? There we go. If he, and he means Hughes, is not here, we are on the phone many times. But like I said, my main focus was working with this team, preparing them in the best way possible for the first Premier League match. Apart from that, he is working on things and he keeps me updated all the time. And then it goes on here to say that one role Liverpool are arguably having a problem with is the number 6, which has been an issue for well over a year now since Fabinho and Jordan Henderson left. Endo joined, but judging by pre-season, is not heavily fancied by Arne Slot, and the club have fielded interest for him. So that's interesting then, because that actually contradicts what a few journalists have said in the past. You know, like when we had that bid that we rejected for Endo the other day. I can't remember what team it was now. All the journalists came out and said they don't want to sell Endo, but this journalist is added that the club have fielded interest for him. So I take that as in they're letting people know that he's available.
Yeah.
But it goes on to say
with the right price.
Yeah, exactly. It continues to say that Ryan, as in Ryan Gravenberch, did really well in that position against United, and we have other options there as well. The best way to judge it is when we have all the players back and we still haven't. But a club like Liverpool always keeps its eye open to see what's available for players that can strengthen the squad, and that is what we and Richard are mostly looking at. But that is not particular to one position. We constantly evaluate the squad where we can do something and what we have. We have a good platform to build from, not just because of this tour, but Jurgen Klopp left this squad in a very good place. I think I said that before. Now it's up to us to keep performing like Liverpool did for so many years.
It's the same sort of fucking, PR narrative that they just throw out, like, well, we've got an already fantastic squad and it's all about finding, the right player. Well, no shit. I mean, that's part and parcel of buying a player is finding the right player, so I mean, I just don't really know where we're at in terms of transfer, what sort of business we're doing, where their head is at. I think it's fairly obvious where we need to strengthen, and it's all well and good kind of looking at the preseason friendlies and looking how well we're doing and the fact that we've no injuries, and that's great news. But, as you said yourself, Carvalho can't see starting. Sepp, there's a Van den Berg. I don't know whether he's going to leave or not. I mean, we can talk about that Ione fella. I mean, he's potential. I mean, he's got potential. Gomez, I just don't know. I really don't know. I don't know where we're going in terms of our transfer this summer. I have a feeling we may not sign anyone, if I'm honest.
Maybe. Martin, have you got any thoughts before I continue with the rest of that article? Is Martin still there?
It looks rather freaky, the frozen image of him like that. It's like he's like strangling you.
I'll wait. I'll keep an eye and see if it moves again. So yeah, I'll continue with this article a bit more. So it says here that several other fringe players like Carvalho, Kelleher, Seth Vandenberg, and Tyler Morton could all be let go, and the Reds would prefer these to be permanent moves. Youngsters like Ben Doak and Bobby Clark are also attracting mass interest. So then the question was asked of Slot is if he had a big decision to make on players potentially leaving, and Slot disagreed. The Reds had too many players, but said on Joe Gomez, like speaking about Joe Gomez now, he said, he is one of our squad players, so it's the same with Trent, Van Dijk, and all the others. I need to see them. Everyone has to be of high standard because they have probably seen the current players are doing well. So I have that. I hope that the 8 or 9 that come in on Tuesday are ready to compete with them. And then he was quizzed on the contractual situation regarding Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent. And he basically said that we didn't speak about his commitment when he spoke to Trent. We only spoke about the way I wanted him to play and how I could see him fitting in my style. He was focused on the Euros at the moment. We spoke. I saw some clips from people showing me that he looks really fit and really sharp. I can't wait to see him in training, but some others did quite well on tour as well. So it is interesting to see if the others come back and the level goes up even more. Like I said, we conceded too many chances against Manchester United. And that's the end of his quotes on that article.
That kind of concerns me, the fact that we're still kind of huffing and puffing over the contracts. That still kind of concerns for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do too.
On your mic.
Huh?
Your mic said like
Whose?
Now I can hear feedback on myself.
I don't know. Hold on a moment. Say it now.
Can you hear me now? I can hear me.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can. Listen, I'm going to have to shoot off, mate, because I can hear the kids outside doing this.
All right, man.
But yeah,
no worries, mate.
Try and get more research for next week.
Speak to you later, mate. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I think what the problem there with Martin is he's probably listening in on YouTube while talking to us. Because I was listening in there didn't seem to be anything wrong with the sound quality.
Yeah,
I was looking at that, Phil. There is talks of Pancho, but that has gone very quiet.
Yeah, I've seen something regarding that today. Apparently, PSG are pretty close to signing him. That is that Pacho from that Bundesliga side? Was it Leverkusen or was it Frankfurt? It's one of the other, isn't it?
Is it William Pancho?
William Pacho, yeah. If it's him, I'm sure PSG are pretty much going to sign him. By the sounds of it, anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's him from Frankfurt because he plays for the same team as that other player that we've been linked with, that Hincapié. So yeah, it looks like he's on his way to PSG by the sounds of it. Yeah. I guess, Phil, can you do us a favor? Can you have a look at the emojis on here since you're a channel member and see if you can, if they pop up and work? Because I've added some new stuff for the members to be able to use. If
I have to this myself. See
if you can use them. Yeah. I could only add so many though. Like this, by the way, before I say this is not a shout out for people to become members or anything like that. But basically, it is. Well, I'll go on then. It says I can only add so many until I get another couple more members for me able to open up a few more slots. But I should have like 4 or 5 custom emojis on there, something for you to be able to put in the chat from what it said anyway. So
is it the ones I made?
Yeah. They're not there.
it's just a beautiful thing, really, isn't it? Beautiful thing. Hold on now. I'm just checking here. Oh wow! No, I can see it here. This is good. Don't mind us, lads. We're just checking our emotions.
Does it actually work though? Chief, actually, try and add one to it, chat. See if it actually works.
Hold on now.
Sorry, guys. We will get back to Liverpool, but we just
We
got
will get back to you. Just don't mind us. Hold on now a second. We've actually got some really good ideas and plans. For the members, and some really we're considering, and I don't know whether it's okay for me to say this, but we're
go ahead.
considering on doing kind of links with other people, which is really exciting. We've obviously to talk to people and hold on now a second. So, yes, indeed.
I don't think it's showing up on here though, is it?
It won't show up on there, but it will show up on
YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's just beautiful. That is.
Yeah, it does. It works. It works. It works. Cheers, guys. Cheers. It works.
Yeah, so there's going to be more of them, to be honest with you, but the membership is going to be we're going to have some kind of prizes and stuff like that. So it's not like, you give us money and you get nothing out of it. You actually get something really, really good out of it. So we have some fantastic ideas. We're just bouncing them around between, obviously, Adam, because it's Adam's channel, but we've got some fantastic ideas, and I'm looking forward to chatting.
Nah, sick that. I'm glad it worked. It took me ages to figure out how to get it to do. Yeah, so cheers, guys. Thank you for that. But yeah, if you remember, you can start spamming the chat with them emojis now.
Yeah,
and as soon as I get a few more members, I can start adding a few more different designs and everything like that.
Phil is just swamping it. Swamping it. Love it.
So, what we need to do now then, I guess, is just... We talked about the preseason a little bit. We've talked about what Slot said about signings coming in. I don't think there's anything new on this article here. It's just, so it's, as you said, I think it's very similar to what we've heard in the past regarding Liverpool and what this whole new assessment process is. I mean, I do like the fact that he turned around and said something along the lines of the players that are coming back, the big names like Trent, Maka and that lot, they're not all guaranteed to go straight back into the team because the players that he's had in pre-season and spent a lot of time with have been doing well. And you've seen the likes of like Elliot, Jones, for instance. Conor Bradley's made that right back role his own over the past few games, I think, from what I've seen. He's got a decent link up with Mo Salah anyway.
That's that's something that I wanted to kind of hone in on. I think Salah has been really on form. He's come back. I mean, his fitness is unbelievable anyway, but I think he's a different beast at the moment with Elliot, that little chip over the defender, lovely pass into, really some fantastic play. And we seem to be doing things a little bit differently in the final third, where we were kind of, running out of ideas in the final third when it came up to the end of Klopp. And I think now with Slot, I think it's really, really starting to come together for us. And it's great to see. But again, it's the pre-season. Let's not get carried away, No,
I agree. And we've got a game on over the weekend. We have it Saturday, innit, that we're playing. So I think it might be pretty cool to see. Probably we're going to see some of the big names get a few minutes against Real Betis and everything like that. Here we go. Martin's used one of the emojis now as well.
Martin's delighted.
What's David Compton said here? Sorry, let's have a quick look at this. All of those who are coming back have to get used to that fast-paced, tick-attack football, fast and flow. Yeah, they do, exactly, 100%. And like I say, it'd be very interesting to see what actually happens here. Yeah.
But the thing is, David, is that where Slot has just come in, he's already implemented his style of football, where Ten Hag is just, and I keep going on about Ten Hag because, you know, I love just taking the piss out of United. But Ten Hag has been fluffing about for the last 2 years. So, like, okay, it's pre-season, but to implement his thoughts after coming in from Jurgen Klopp, I think we really should be looking forward to the football. But I definitely think we need to make some signings just to help out and just to add that little extra bit of finesse that we're lacking. Beef up the squad a bit. And I think if we can do that, I think we'll be, you know, a lot of people have written us off because we don't have Klopp anymore. And I think people are forgetting we're Liverpool fucking football club. And, you know, there's no one bigger than Liverpool Football Club. There is no other bigger draw than Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool Football Club is a big draw for any player that wants to be a big name in football. So, you know, whether we're without Jurgen or not, I think, you know, Slot has that to his advantage. If we can sign someone, brilliant.
Yeah, 100%. Just what's this comment here? So Phil said that he's convinced we won't sign anyone until January. Possibility. And then there's a few people still talking about the Man United where you went about your Ten Hag, Mon. Coventry being given that goal. I agree with that. Ten Hag should have gone according to my son. Yeah, but I've got a few Man United mates and they say the same. They say the same.
Your son is right. And I mean, I love the way Match of the Day and Sky Sports are trying to make him relevant. I love that. It kind of gives me warm feelings. And it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. These were dominant in football in the 90s and the early 90s. And now 2 cups in 2 years is enough.
Yeah,
not even hitting top 4.
No, not enough at all for a team like Man United. It's not.
You know,
I guess sticking with this, this is like a bit of a, you know, on the spot conversation. What's your realistic expectations then for Liverpool right now? I know we said we'd keep coming back to this over the course of the summer. So as we're getting a little bit closer now, I think I initially said top 4, and I'd be happy with that. What do you think right now? Obviously, prefacing it all, but still on the whole fact that it is still pre-season and not to get carried away.
If we don't sign anyone, or
as Liverpool stand right now, what do you think?
I think you may see a change in the top 3, as in I don't think you'll see City win the league again.
No.
I don't think they'll win it this season.
Yeah.
I think Haaland has some injury problems and fitness problems. I think without him, and they've only signed 1 player. So I think something is coming, you know, in terms of the financial fair play, where that's why they haven't signed as many players. So I think that's something that we have to look at. I think Arsenal will be up there. I think it's between Arsenal and Liverpool this season.
No. I was going to say Arsenal are still like the team to beat at the moment, I think. And I think also that you're right about City. I think City will maybe drop off a little bit this year. There's talk they're going to lose that Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid or something. So he might move on. Yeah, I could see City dropping a bit. Liverpool maybe getting second or first, something like that. But, you know, I honestly think as well, like, as much as some people may not agree with this. I do think Slot is kind of right in what he's saying regarding the squad, that we have got a good squad. Like, who would have thought last year that with the whole new midfield coming in, that we would still be challenging on all four fronts come January, whatever time it was when we started dropping off a little bit. Like, I didn't. I honestly thought that it took us a bit more time to get settled and everything. So having that extra season, and I guess you've not had much of a preseason because of the international tournaments and the way they've fallen, but they've all spent a little bit more time together. So I don't know. Maybe you were right. And then I think there was also something else I think I was going to say about City. That I think this is Pep Guardiola's last year as well, isn't it? I think his contract expires at the end of the season. I think
it's Pep's last season.
Yeah. If City lose Haaland and KDB for a long period of time, yeah, exactly. I agree. And then Phil saying Man United are only up because they win the FA Cup. Yep, exactly. Spectre sees us getting top 3, have good cup run, especially in Europe, like qualification. Yeah, that won't be bad either. To be fair,
I think people need to. What Gary Richards says: if we play 4-3-3 or 4-2-4, we'll win the league for Liverpool. That's an interesting, but I think people, let's put some confidence in Liverpool. I believe in what we're doing. I'm a little bit skeptical, obviously, about what Richard Hughes is doing. Mm-hmm. We do have a very good squad. I do think we need to strengthen. It really depends on what players now leave between now and the end of the window. Yeah. If we have players leaving like Gomez and we don't bring in 2 centre backs, I think personally, I think we're in trouble. If we don't get, I think we need a defensive midfielder. That Andrew Gordon fella, I don't get.
Well, that's a good segue, Sean, because I was actually just opening up a book to look at my notes about the whole Anthony Gordon situation. It's like we've got the same mind. So I've got a few notes of here going back to the beginning of this whole Anthony Gordon situation and up to what's happened recently regarding Joe Gomez. So I'm going to just go through that and just kind of get where your head's at with it all right now. And I guess it ties into the whole Gahey thing as well that's happened today. We had a bit more of an update on that. So to start with, basically it says that Newcastle had to hit their PSR metrics and we was offered Gordon with Kwanzaa going the other way as a deal to start with. That's what was initially happened.
Yeah.
We were also apparently at the same time offered the choice of either Anthony Gordon or Alexander Isak. The striker. We were offered one or the other. And they wanted 100 million for either one of them. That was the asking price. Then it went down to 75 million for Anthony Gordon plus Kwanzaa. But obviously Newcastle were able to sell a couple of other players to hit them PSR things, and the Anthony Gordon deal fell apart. And it went quiet. Like, we didn't hear anything about it, right? Cut to 4 or 5 days ago when this first started coming out. It seems that Joe Gomez was also on the table going to Newcastle, and that deal was a lot further down the line than people will probably think. Medicals were expected to take place in Germany for both players, with Gomez going obviously to Newcastle for 45 million, and then Liverpool would have been buying Anthony Gordon for 75. So basically Liverpool would have been buying Anthony Gordon for 30 million, basically. James Pearce said it got so far down the line that Gomez was having contract talks with Newcastle. That's what James Pearce says. However, Paul Joyce contradicted that by saying Gomez wants to stay and never had contract talks with Newcastle. Hi, Lucas. You all right, mate?
My name is Lucas.
That's my partner.
Oh, hi, Rebecca. How are you?
So, yes, Slot spoke to Joe Gomez as well. I've gone forward up there. So, James Pearce said that he had contract talks. Paul Joyce said the opposite, said that never happened. Ian Doyle at the Echo said on the Blood Red podcast, which is a Liverpool podcast run by the Echo, that he expects Anthony Gordon to sign for Liverpool. And I think that's putting your head on the block there by coming out with that statement. In all fairness, I don't know what you think. You know, a journalist literally coming out saying, "I expect Anthony Gordon to sign for Liverpool." And then Paul Joyce writes an article, which is the last update we've got regarding this whole situation, saying that Gomez wants to stay at Liverpool. He never had contract talks. Slot spoke to him to ensure him that he was part of his plans and that Gomez's versatility is not lost on Liverpool. However, he did add the caveat that every player has a price. So what's your take on that?
You know, there used to be a time, I think anyone that remembers me from years and years back when I was doing podcasts and YouTube, and where I would like blow a casket, especially around silly season, which is the transfer window. You wouldn't know what to believe, to be honest with you. And I don't think there's any journal out there that covers Liverpool Football Club that actually knows what's going on, unless the club have said, well, this is what's going on, please report it. You have James Pearce, you have Ian Doyle contradicting Pearce, and you have a lot of clickbait. Mm-hmm. So I don't get why we would get, or why we would look to get Gordon. I don't understand that. I really don't.
The only thing that makes sense to me with Anthony Gordon is, well, there's two things really. One, it's a player that they really like, and they're being offered him when they never really thought they'd get the chance to sign him. I guess you could look at it that way. But the only really obvious thing for me that I think is that they're unsure on the options that they're going to have on that left wing come the start of the season. Is Luis Diaz going to be there? Is Jota still going to be about? I mean, earlier on, Imran mentioned in the first comment today saying that Liverpool. He messaged me as well on X about this. To be fair, this is not just a random thing. He let me know that early on this morning about this. Apparently, he said that Liverpool are looking at that Jairoquez over at Sporting. Now, if he's a striker over there, and obviously if that's the case, that to me says that Darwin Núñez's time at Liverpool's over. Why would you go and spend big money on another striker when you've already spent big money on one striker already? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, Spectre says he remembers the Jason Cundy rant.
Yeah. What a fantastic surname for you know. I'll say no more. But yeah. What a
Bond reckons that Liverpool don't need Gordon. At the current moment, I agree. Liverpool don't need Anthony Gordon, like they don't. But like, what is it, guys? Does the season start next week? It does, doesn't it?
Can you do a poll and maybe ask people what they think we need in terms of signings, if at all any? Because I personally think we need a centre back, left back, and a CDM. That's what I think we need.
Yeah, let me just try and add this now.
While you're doing that, David Cundy is a guy that classes himself as a legend from Spurs and from Chelsea, and neither Spurs or Chelsea want to claim him. So, I mean, he's just a mouthpiece who has an absolute hatred for Liverpool and the fans, and you shouldn't be on TalkSport, shouldn't be on any sort of platform whatsoever. He's full of crap.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this again. I forgot how to do it. I might have to do it on my phone, on my computer. Hold on, mate. If you you just want to talk, Sean, I'll take over while I try and figure out how to do this.
Yeah, I'll continue to talk. So Spectre saying 3 signings at max: centre back, defensive midfielder, and a backup right wing. Yeah, absolutely, David. And I've got complete another ITK. And I mean, we're not claiming to know it all either, but I don't like Jason Cundy. I don't like Pearce either. There's not many of them that I like, if I'm honest with you. But at least, you know, everyone has an opinion here. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, regardless of where you're from. And unfortunately, these big Slot will rotate the squad. The wingers will be the first casualties. Well, if he does, rotation, he needs a bigger squad. He needs to beef up the squad. That's it. Yeah, Philip, I had said that to Adam, and Adam had said to me that he'd done the same at Everton, and I think I'm not a big fan of players going on strike to get moved to any club, because if things don't go well for him at Liverpool, is he going to do the same thing? And the chances are yes. So I'm not a big fan of players that do that, if I'm honest.
I've just figured out how to do it, so the poll should be live in the chat now, guys. Basically, the question is, what position do Liverpool need to sign a player for this year? Left back, centre back, CDM, and a forward. And I've also just been spamming some of our custom emojis in the chat as well, because they look pretty cool.
I wouldn't even mind. So I spent last night designing a few things. We're coming up with a few designs for AKM Live, and we outsourced. But then I said, "Feck it, I might try out." And then we tried out. We had a bit of a laugh, and we have Adam that looks a bit like Slim Shady gone horribly wrong, and we look like we have Martin, who looks like Peaky Blinders / Adam Tate, and then I look like I'm just looking into a spoon. Just
to be fair,
it's great crack. Yeah.
If you were, I don't know what thing you use, but it looks like we're all GTA characters or something. Like mine, especially does. Mine does with background.
I know. I was trying to get us all kind of hip hop, but whatever reason, Martin came up black. I was like, no, but yeah. So, like, I'm just gonna have a look at the poll while we're. So already there's 11 people that I've gone for CDM, but we definitely need, I think, a centre back.
Yeah, I'll keep it going for another couple of minutes, so we'll stop it at 8:10, and we'll get the results then.
So to be perfectly honest, at a push, 4 players would sort Liverpool out. CB, defensive midfield. That's what we need. A forward, maybe. I can't see us getting a forward.
Well, you say that. I did a video the other day, and I can't remember which journalist it was that mentioned it now. And basically, they said that Liverpool are after a centre back, a defensive midfielder, and a forward.
Yeah,
but potentially 2 forwards.
I heard one forward, but I didn't hear 2 forwards.
Yeah, so they said one, and then potentially 2. When they said potentially 2, that means to me like is there a few people leaving, or is Diaz going and then they're just going to go and sign the Salah replacement if he's not going to sign the new deal? I don't know. Maybe that's what's happening there.
But are they really going to allow Salah leave on the free next year?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, something sounds. I don't know, but I mean, we're talking about lads. Lads and ladies. It's a miracle that you're getting over an hour of a stream out of us because of the lack of news. But it's crazy how we haven't sorted out contracts, how we haven't, we're not signing anyone yet, David, that's already we've already answered that question earlier, and we don't know. I heard that it was just country that he's been banned from. I haven't heard anything about anything else. Now, Spectre brought up that we were going to talk about him.
Yeah, I guess we'll probably touch this, and then we'll have a quick look around, see if there's anything else to talk about. But yeah, so basically, Marca over in Spain are reporting that Liverpool are set to battle it out with Newcastle to sign Valencia goalkeeper Georgia Mamadashvili. I'm just going to call him Georgie from now on.
Georgie.
He's the Georgian international and he starred for the Liga side of Valencia last year, keeping 13 clean sheets, conceding 41 goals from 37 games. And he extended his impressive run at the Euros and has seen the hype's risen for him, basically. Eddie Howe's side have now given up on signing the 23-year-old, but apparently the same can't be said for Liverpool. And they now source another report from Deportes Cope Valencia, so I'm guessing a Valencian paper, who indicate that Liverpool are back in the mix for him. Alisson has been the first choice goalkeeper since 2018, and his deal lasts until 2027. But there's been rumours linking with the 31-year-old with a move to Saudi Arabia. And it's claimed that Liverpool are the Premier League pushing to sign the Georgian. Atletico Madrid are also in the picture because they will consider him as their first choice goalkeeper should Oblak leave. Valencia demanded between 35 to 40 million euros from Newcastle when they showed interest a month ago. It's not clear whether they request the same fee now for him. Now, if I find the link again, it was, just going back to something we spoke about off the stream. It was Brighton that are in talks with Celtic to sign Matt O'Reilly, and that's reported by Sky Sports. So yeah, this goalkeeper, it says here now that Liverpool are advancing in talks to sign him. They want to sign him to future-proof Alisson's departure, who is expected to stay for at least one more season. And this is from a journalist based in Valencia. So again,
now
could be something behind that.
Okay, so if we look at that, right, if you're Queeveen Kelleher and you're saying, right, this is Alisson's last season at Liverpool Football Club and you're guaranteed number one, would you stay any longer? If you were Kelleher, would you stay a season longer?
No, I wouldn't. I'd be looking for something else if I knew that they wanted to go.
No, but if Alisson, so you're saying Alisson,
if you knew that Alisson was going in a year's time, yeah, you'd stay. But if you were also aware that Liverpool were also looking to bring somebody else in, then you'd be like, well, what's the point then?
But that's only then to replace him as number two, right?
I don't know. In the article, it mentioned future-proof Alisson leaving, so maybe. Just to touch on some Shauna, some more breaking news from David Ornstein. Man United switched their attention away from Manuel Ugarte and are looking at other options, as United do not intend to meet the 60 million euro fee that it would take to release him, and will only revisit the player if PSG drop the price. No progress yet. Talks have cooled, exploring other top targets for the right deal. That's interesting, is that to me, because he's a player that's been linked with Liverpool for a while. Is it just a few, which is the agency Liverpool have got or had a decent relationship with? Because I basically said that I've just a few and Liverpool had a bit of a fallout regarding that. But considering he was pretty much nailed on to go to United, and now all of a sudden he's pulled out. Again, I might be putting square pegs in round holes here, but this is the week that we're supposed to be expecting Liverpool to start making some moves. Man United now pull out of interest for Ugarte. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
yeah, that's just happened now.
I don't see what the pull is with United. I really don't see the pull with United. So I don't care about talks about the 100,000-seater stadium. They have a manager that's in a job because they couldn't get a replacement. I think Liverpool is a more attractive club in a more attractive position, regardless of Klopp leaving and Slap being there. I still think it's exciting times for Liverpool. Would I sign a player that had his heart set in United? Probably not.
Nah, probably not.
No.
Fight for your one spot. He deserves a chance, though. Done a great job for us for years. I'm guessing that means Kelleher.
Kelleher, yeah.
Spectre surprised that James Trafford hasn't moved yet, knowing early in the window he'd have Lincoln Bruce Premier League yet. Richard Hughes said signings out of left field or something. Yeah, probably it'd be someone like one of the players that Martin were mentioning earlier on. People that we've never really been linked with anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was someone like that. Like there was that lad from Genoa that we were linked with, Frenup or something like that. Never heard of him in all my life, but he plays defensive midfield, and he was available for like 15 million. He's 23 years of age, and I was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't be surprised if that is the player that we end up getting. United have got no pull like the early 2000s. CW, yeah,
WCW.
But I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to say here, Sean. Unless there's anything else you want to, I'll just refresh a few things, see if there's anything that's popping off. I don't think so.
Like if we could maybe summarize, I suppose my thoughts on it is if Gomez stays, we don't sign a centre back. That's what I think. Anthony Gordon, I think Newcastle want to keep him, unless there's a deal where we throw in Kwanzaa or Gomez. I don't think Liverpool will sign Gordon. I don't see any point unless Diaz goes or it's a replacement for Salah. I don't know. If you were to ask me, let's look at the poll actually.
Oh yeah, stop that. Yeah, I'll stop the poll now. Hold on. There we go. It's ended.
So we've got 13 votes. 69% reckon a CDM, 23% centre back, 7% left back, 0% forward. So that would suggest that Gordon is not needed.
Yep, I agree with that.
So
I think though I don't know. It's interesting if they're going out and shelling out 65 million on Mark Gahey, having only just passed that PSR metrics, they have to sell another player for me. And I don't know where they're getting the 65 million from when they were struggling to meet that thing. What's interesting to see this. Yeah, I believe we see Van Dijk, Trent, McAllister, Nunes, Diaz. I think they all play that game at some point against Sevilla. They have to, otherwise, how do you know they're going to be match fit again to start the week afterwards? But yeah, I kind of agree with you on the whole Gomez thing. Like if Gomez stays, I don't think we sign one because they've been bigging up that Seth Vandenberg all pre-season. So is he taking over the Matip role? I think, as I mentioned earlier, GTV, he did a video on Kanate, basically saying, is he a bit of a liability when it comes to the slot system? I think so. Potentially. Kwanzaa's decent, but then if you have Van Dijk and he gets injured, are you really going to play a defensive partnership of Seth Vandenberg and Joel Kwanzaa for the Premier League and the Champions League? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
No.
So yeah,
it's too dodgy. I mean, it's too tricky. So I mean, I would really be prioritizing. I would really be prioritizing the centre back now. So I might have go back on the poll and maybe reverse my decision and go for centre back. But again, I see ourselves. Do you know what? I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I just think we need to sign a centre back. We need to sign a defensive midfielder, and I think if we did that, I'd be happy. Gordon can stay at a second. He can stay at Newcastle. We don't need him. I don't think we need him.
I'm not going to talk about the Gordon thing because I agree with you. But going off Arne Slot's recent comments, I don't think we go out and sign a six because we're playing Jones in the double pivot. McAllister's going to play in that double pivot. You've got Gravenberch playing in that double pivot. So Bosley played in it against United at some point, I think, as well.
Badacek.
You've got Bajcetic, you've got Endo. You've got 7 players there that could potentially play in that double pivot role. And it's only 2 positions. I think Macca's a certain, maybe even Trent. Maybe even Trent plays there as well. Like if he's not coming in at right back, you know, and Conor Bradley's deputying him.
Gomez.
Yeah, like Gomez. Exactly. We've got like 9 players now. So maybe I unless we see some departures, I can't see them going out and signing a 6. I hope I'm wrong.
So,
I want them
we're
to.
basically in the same position as we were in at the start of the summer, talking about departures, and we'll definitely see something. And we're still talking about departures.
Yeah. Spectre's got a question for us before we go. Do you guys think we should try and sign Nico Williams since Barca move looks unlikely? I think his wages are too expensive. He'd be looking at coming in and being the highest paid player, judging by the reports. So no, no, I wouldn't.
I
David
agree.
Compton, Trent for right mid, maybe, as in playing where Salah plays now.
No,
I don't know, maybe. And then Gary Richards agrees with Spectre. So, anything else you want to cover, God? I said Gordon then.
God.
Anything else you want to cover, Shano?
Well, I've been called worse. It's about time I was,
Sorry, Bon. Yeah, I was wrong about United. It was Arsenal he played in a double pivot. You are correct, yes.
So yeah, no, obviously just to big up Wayne Henley and JackDesigns.uk, number 19 apparel, who do fantastic stuff. Obviously my own SD Designs 2020. You'll see the emojis there for the members, designed by me, ladies and gentlemen, designed by me. Also, what else? Jack Design, SD Designs 2020, and obviously Fibbers Sports memorabilia and Cop Art based in Belfast. There's Brandon's on a European night. He's watching Young Boys, and I don't mean in a Jimmy Savile kind of way. He's watching the team. The
you could have worded that a little bit better, couldn't you?
He's watching Young Boys. Sorry, Brandon. But yeah, so lads and ladies, if you want to become a member of Adam, join, please. And we have some fantastic ideas, and I think it'll be worth your while. It's not a case of, we take your money and that's it. We're actually going to be doing stuff with members and putting out some content there, and you're in with an opportunity of actually winning stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Again, Shano, thanks for the designs and everything, for the emojis. Like,
there'll be more.
I'm glad they're working. But yeah, obviously, again, not to, to put it forward too much. I do need a couple more members to add some more emojis to that, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But as Shano said, we will be doing some more stuff for the members regarding prizes, and we're talking to other people out there that deal with Liverpool stuff. So it's not just going to be like tat that we'll be giving away. It's going to be some quality stuff that we will be doing. So yeah, if you are interested, guys, the memberships are there. I think they're not the basic one, but the starting ones that I think it's $1.99 or something like that.
I mean, come on. I mean, there's $1.99 and there's $2.99 per month. I mean, it's not like, but I mean, sorry, Adam, I just want to just say to you, like, I've been talking to Adam. I've been telling him about a few people I've been networking with and whatever, and there are some fantastic like ideas for spot prizes and sponsoring and whatever. And again, it's all blueprint and whatever. It's plans. If it comes together, it work out, and it's just a matter of you participating and you being part of this.
Before we go, I just need to put Lucas in his spot. Lucas, we won't be signing Rodri, mate. He's too expensive. He will never join Liverpool from Man City.
Is that your missus, is it?
Yeah, and that's her kid.
Oh, that's your kid. Hi, Lucas.
Lucas, yeah, asking questions. So yeah, right, guys. Thanks, Gary. I've enjoyed the stream. I'm sure you have as well, Shauno.
Yeah.
We'll be here again next week, hopefully. I did have a couple of ideas regarding potentially doing other streams, maybe for like, we did the one with what was it called? When Arne Slot did his press conference, stuff like that. No doubt we'll do some streams when Liverpool actually sign some players. maybe like, on the day when everything happens with Liverpool may sign.
Transfer deadline day, maybe.
We'll be doing, yeah. In fact, what day is transfer deadline day? Is it the 31st? If it's the 31st, that'd be my birthday.
We gotta do like a special kind of birthday transfer deadline day. No, a second. Premier League transfer deadline day. Yeah, it's the 30th.
Oh, 30th.
Yeah.
All right, so it's the day before my birthday. Then.
What day is that? That's a Friday.
Ah, cool. That's the day before my birthday.
So would you do a Friday night? Would you?
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Transfer deadline day. We'll do one. Yep.
Grand. Okay.
Cool. Right then, guys. That's it from us. Hope you've all enjoyed the stream. We're back here Monday next week, or if Liverpool sign a player, we may be here even earlier. Who knows? The ball is in Liverpool's court. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for everybody that has put a sub in or a super thanks or something like that. We had Jen earlier on with the super chat, and we've had some members join as well. David Compton has just joined as a member. He's just popped up there.
Good man,
got a new member. Thank you, David, for joining. Appreciate that, mate. Everybody else, thank you for joining the stream, and we'll be back very soon. Hopefully this week when Liverpool sign some players. But until then, that's me and that's Shauno. We'll see you next time.